Hello and welcome. You are watching India Today SoSouth. I am Afreen Hussain.
And I'm Gautam Shankar.
The Modi government today tabled the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024 in the Parliament, proposing over 40 sweeping amendments to the existing Waqf Act. The Union government's proposed changes to the Waqf Boards Act of 1995 have ignited a political debate. Opposition parties claim that the amendments are designed to strip the Muslim community of their land assets. The opposition parties have also alleged that it is against the freedom to manage religious affairs guaranteed under Article 26 of the Indian Constitution. One of the central objectives of the amendment bill is to curtail the disproportionality arbitrary powers currently wielded by the Waqf Board. Under the current act, the Waqf Board can claim any property as their own without having to undertake any prior or compulsory verifications. Moreover, in case the Waqf Board takes over your property, the incidence of proving that it is indeed your property lies with the landowner, that is you, and not with the Waqf Board. This bill has reignited the debate around the powers of the Waqf Boards.
That's true, Afreen. Now, what are the changes that have been proposed by the Union government here? Most significantly, the bill aims to omit Section 40 of the Act, which gives absolute power to the Waqf Boards to decide whether a property belongs to the Waqf Board or not. If this bill is passed, the district collector, that is the DC, will serve as a judge in deciding whether a property can be registered as Waqf or not. The DC will also serve as a focal point of dispute resolution for issues related to the Waqf Act. Now, to discuss more on this, we are joined in by senior BJP leader from Karnataka, Anwar Manippady. Thank you for joining us today on India Today SoSouth, sir. So, my first question to you, before I get to that, I just want to quote something that Kiran Rijiju has said today in the Parliament. The Minority Affairs Minister has basically said that many MPs have told him that the mafia has taken over Waqf boards. He also says that some MPs have said that they personally support the bill but can't say it due to their political parties. And they have held multi-layered discussions across the country. Now, are you among one of those many leaders, Anwar Manippady, who is supporting the bill or opposing the bill? I'd like to get your first opinions on this.
Practically hell. And even come out with a report as the chairman of the Minorities Commission, Karnataka, and given a report that clearly says so many of the past leaders from Muslim community itself and some of the opposing party itself, they have practically looted the property. The looted property it goes up to 2,30,000 crores. This happened in 12 and 13, during 2012 and 13 when I was the chairman of the Minority Commission. That bill, still if they were to be sincere about it, they have definitely brought it and done some good, something good they would have been able to do it so that all the lost property could have come back. But what has happened is, so much of corruption is there. The Karnataka Waqf Board is a hub of the biggest corruption going on, and they do not want anything to be disturbed as such, and they have the muscle power and the money power to come out with to stop any of the reports going against them. And it is good if central government involves and being part of it and amends certain things for the benefit of the poor Muslim. The Waqf Board is actually supposed to work for poor Muslims, and there's a vast amount of funds that has been given by the ancestors of the Muslims and some kings and some landlords and all. It is in their name. So Waqf property should be utilized for the poor people of the country, and it can also be utilized for general public also, because so much is the fund. We are the richest organization, and we are number 3 coming to railways and armed forces. We are number 1 and 2, and Waqf Board is number 3 as far as the wealth is concerned. And this particular wealth is not going for any of the Muslims properly. There's only corruption. They have enough and more money even to give for sick people in the community, which they're not doing. In fact, I've got a list which has not been given for the last 1 year. So that's from one small district. That, if you see, imagine all the other districts of the same story. So now the government have realized, central government have realized, because of so many complaints coming in, that there has to be some amendment to see that it's properly utilized. It is properly utilized, and the poor Muslims benefit out of it.
Right, sir. So, one of the biggest fears among the parties that are opposing this bill is that they are transferring all the power. The central government is transferring all the power to the collector, and the Waqf will become powerless. What do you have to say about this?
We will become powerless. It is just going to be a if it's going to be a straight and upright amendment, that has to do good. In fact, I generally feel everyone has to support this bill so that so that the bill is implemented properly, and the disbursement of all the wealth the Waqf Board has can reach every poor citizen of this country. The property is worth so
Manage
much
registered
that
properties
it's got.
effectively. What is your say?
Beg your pardon?
The NDA is saying that the Waqf Board struggles to manage the properties effectively. What is your say?
Yeah, they have never managed properly at all. The Mutawallis, the mafia, everybody has joined together and continuously, practically stripping the Muslim property, Waqf property. Anyway, if they're not able to do any good to the people, I mean, they should not. They should get out, and there has to be some proper amendment to come in. In fact, I have won the case up to Supreme Court regarding the report which I gave. Still, they are not implementing what has been given in the report. Why? If they're not able to do such good thing for the poor Muslims, why should they go and sit in those Waqf Board? It's only they're becoming richer and richer. And if I tell you one thing, that these Mutawalis
Yes, sir.
have
Right.
got to elect somebody. There were 1,245 members are there. They have to elect about two people to be the members of the board. Can you imagine these 1,245 members election? They are spending something like about 10 to 12 crores to get elected. You can make out, and once they are in as an elected member, they loot. And even others, even government appoints. The
Right.
government has
So,
got
it also
appoint
says that
about
the
5,
Section
6
6
people.
of the Waqf Act will also be amended if the bill is passed. Currently, the section says the decision of the tribunal in respect of such matter shall be final. So, the bill seeks to remove these words from the section. So, what do you think about this, sir? What is your opinion?
Kindly come again. Kindly come
The
again.
question for you. So, Section 6 of the Waqf Act will also be amended if the bill is passed. Currently, the section says the decision of the tribunal in respect of such matter shall be final. Now, the bill seeks to remove these words from the section.
No, there's always a chance of discussion regarding this bill also, and they can come out with something that is very good for the both sides. And as it is now, the Waqf Board is as good as not being existing at all. They are only looting. How much ever you work, how much ever you give the report, how much ever you openly come out with the things where the Waqf Board property has been looted, they are not able to take that seriously at all. Then what does it matter whether there is amendment or no amendment? As of now, the Waqf Board is not at all of use to any of the poor people.
Right.
It's only those
Another
guys who are
interesting,
involved.
Amendment that the bill talks about is inclusivity of Muslim women in various state bodies. Isn't this a welcome move? How do you see this?
This is definitely a welcome move. It has to be done because there are so many funds to be given to sick Muslim women. I've got a list for the last 1 year that there are many people who have been not attended at all. Our union minister has that copy also. You can take that for that. No person gets a correct help when they are sick, especially women.
Right, sir, got it.
All right. Manippady sir, basically I just want to highlight what Asaduddin Owaisi said today in the parliament. He says that this bill violates principles of Articles 14, 15 and 25, and he says that it is discriminatory and arbitrary as well. And he also goes on to say that this bill is an evidence of the fact that you are an enemy of the Muslims. What is your message to people like Asaduddin Owaisi here who are
I don't think
opposing
so.
this bill to tooth and nail here, sir?
I would like to ask a question. How they were useful to the Muslim community earlier? They have not done anything at all. Now, when there's an amendment coming in, it's only the big wigs, the leaders, so-called leaders of the takedaras of Muslim, they who will be affected by not, they are not able to make money out of it. And others just joining without knowing exactly what's happening, so they are opposing.
So, Manippady sir, what you are essentially saying is that this bill, when it comes into effect, it won't really disempower the Waqf board. It will be more of an enabler. It will help the Waqf board become stronger. Is that the message you are trying to send out?
Exactly. So far, nothing has been good there. Majority of the people are not benefited at all. And what's the big idea? When they are not benefited, why they are opposing amendment? They only have brought the crisis to themselves. So far, nothing good has happened to Waqf board. So why the big deal to oppose it?
So, sir, you're trying to say that these amendments will benefit the Muslims now if the bill is passed and if it's
Yes, if it is
made.
If it is worked out well, and then a commission too to safeguard the interests of the Muslims.
Now that the NDA is bringing this amendment bill, so this creates a perception that the BJP is anti-Muslim. So essentially, that's the image that has been created. What do you think about that?
See, when somebody is opposing somebody's work, when they don't have anything to say, they'll definitely say such kind of thing that they're anti-Muslim, anti-Christian, all those kind of things. Unless it's worked out well, how will a poor Muslim get any benefit? So there has to be benefit, which has to come from Waqf board to the poor Muslims. It's not really happening at all. In fact, my report says 230,000 crores of Waqf property has been looted. And central government, if the government takes it up, and they can easily show how much the Waqf board has benefited the personal benefit of the members of the Waqf board, the leaders. It's 230,000. It's open secret everywhere in Karnataka. The amount of money they have swindled out of the Waqf board property. Though it is very clearly said nobody's got the right to sell the property, they have been selling those properties with Mutawalli, who is the manager, and the Waqf board leaders joined together. They give a NOC that they don't mind if selling the property, and that property is being sold. And it comes to the kitty. It's the kitty of the few people who are the leaders.
Manippady sir, it's interesting that you talked about land as well, because that is one of the primary fears here, losing out on the land. Because from what one of the reports that I read, it says that 8 lakh acres of land currently falls under the Waqf board. Now, I just want to refer to some of the changes that are being proposed here.
Now in Karnataka,
in case the collector, that is the district collector, determines the property to be a government property, they can make necessary corrections in revenue records and submit a report in this regard to the state government. Now, there's also a crucial sub-clause here. Now, this says that it can happen provided that such property shall not be treated as Waqf property till the collector submits his report. Isn't it a little bit draconian here? This is the perception that's coming across here.
No, I think when everybody involves properly in the discussion, there could be corrections everywhere. There could be corrections everywhere. And it's not, it is 52,000 acres of land is there, out of which practically 50% of the total acreage of land in Karnataka, we have lost. It's gone to this mafia and the corrupt leaders. Let them appoint some judges and go through the entire the report and let them expose who's correct and who's doing the right thing.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion, your insights with us. That was senior BJP leader from Karnataka, Anwar Manippady, who spoke to us and said that these amendments, if worked out well, could be a game changer. It could help benefit the Muslim community of the country. He said that until now the Waqf Board was not really doing anything for the poor Muslims of this country, and with these amendments, he hopes that if it's worked out well, it could benefit the Muslim community of this country. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Afreen Hussain
and Gautam Shankar.